Live from New Orleans, we proudly bring you the Hornets here at the New Orleans Arena. Well, it was the New Orleans Hornets in Chicago.
And boy, did they protect the basket well in that one. They kept a lot of bodies down low. The rotations were solid, and it paid off with a lot of blocks in that game.
Yeah, they really wanted to establish that intimidation factor. And, Steve, I think they did so by devoting a lot of manpower to the low post.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Filling out the 3, 4, and 5 slots, Gallinari, Faried, and McGee. Lawson out there with Iguodala. And for the Hornets, man in the backcourt, it's Rivers and Gordon. Ryan Anderson is at the 4, with Anthony Davis at the 5. And it's Aminu in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, last season, the injuries for the Nuggets allowed Kenneth Faried to step into the starting rotation, and he really took full advantage. Terrific rebounder, and of course, scored a little bit more than people expected him to with that up-tempo Denver offense. He was able to finish in the lane off of drop-off passes and in transition.
Now here's Faried. It's Iguodala with the drive. Can't get it to go. The Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to speak momentarily with Monty Williams. I asked him what players he was really eyeing on the scouting report, and he said one that might surprise you, Kenneth Faried. He said he plays with so much energy and effort. He really sets the bar for the rest of the team. If we can limit his impact on the game, I think it'll really be to our advantage. Guy's an interesting take. We'll see if they can slow his roll.
Thank you, Doris.
I tell you, they might have to make a defensive adjustment. They can't give him that kind of a look from beyond the arc.
And Kenneth Faried, a high-energy player, who said he wanted his nickname to be the Manimal.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one, but hey, if he feels good about it, let him roll with it, because his game is certainly Manimal-listic.
Here is Lawson, following the score by New Orleans. Over Rivers. No good from Lawson.
Well, just the one make here early on. 1 for 5 shooting.
Rivers kicks to Davis. Gets it to go.
Anthony Davis for 2. You have a nice high percentage look right there.
Looking at Denver, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Heat.
Now, Kevin, I'm all for aggressive defense, but they were over the top in that game and wound up in a lot of foul trouble.
Well, Steve, you and I both know it, Kevin as well. There's a difference between being aggressive and being reckless. Clearly, they were the latter.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Iguodala, that's good.
And Monty Williams, a former first-round pick of Notre Dame, out of Notre Dame, played 9 seasons in the NBA. And I know that that playing experience is clearly an asset for a head coach.
Now here's Rivers. From the arc. They grabbed their own miss. And here's Anderson from the arc. And the shot is good. Anderson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And going back to Coach Monty Williams, Steve, do you think having been a player really helps a coach?
I think so, Kevin. The players automatically respect somebody who has been in their shoes, who understands what the NBA is all about. But that respect will go away if they don't believe in the coach and his work ethic and his intelligence. And the good thing with Monty Williams, not only did he play, but he's a really bright guy who the players will pick up on right away for being really sharp and with it.
The Nuggets trail by 4. And Lawson, here we go. Over Rivers. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
Not a really great start for him, as he just isn't shooting the ball that effectively here early on.
Pass to Davis. Iguodala with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Come on, fella. Power it down. That dunk was redunculous.
There was absolutely nobody that was going to get in the way of that.
Not when he's coming with that much force.
The Nuggets have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Lawson's against Gordon. Here's McGee. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. And for the Hornets, they're shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Denver in the lead, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
Well, it was a disappointing season series a year ago. They split against a team they thought they should have handled pretty easily.
Shooting-wise, he's having a tough quarter. I mean, he just seems to have gone cold. Can't find the basket.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's tipped. Stolen by Rivers. And here's Anderson from the arc. Scooped up. Up in time. No good on the buzzer beater. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. The Nuggets on top. They're up by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, Ryan Anderson is at the 4, with Anthony Davis at the 5. Gordon the off guard with Aminu at the 3. And it's Rivers in at the point. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Guys, Andre Miller was such a key player for the Nuggets last season, especially in the playoffs where they took the Lakers to 7 games. George Karl said, there's a list of smart basketball players, and Andre is right at the top. It's not about stats. It's not about how you look. Whatever you want to call him, coach on the floor, brain, quarterback, what he teaches and preaches is winning. Guys, you gotta love it.
A steady vet. Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, one of the savviest players you'll see, no doubt. And Ty Lawson, another product of the basketball hotbed, Prince George's County, Maryland. The roll call of NBA players from that area, pretty impressive. Kevin Durant, Michael Beasley, Roy Hibbert, Delonte West, Jeff Green, just to name a few.
Pretty significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones you just can't allow that.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Pushes up. Mozgov missed inside. And Lawson, it seemed, from high school to college in North Carolina, he's always played with a lot of other talented players.
And even with the Nuggets, Kevin, when you think of their depth for a point guard, that's always best because you've got plenty of options to serve up and set up, and you don't always have to try to take over the game yourself. So I think it's a good situation for a guy with Lawson's ability.
Gordon dishes to Rivers. Davis. Rebounded by Wilson Chandler. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Back to Lawson. Passes it to Chandler. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
So Wilson Chandler last year became one of the big-name players in the NBA to go to China and play. And then, of course, the lockout ended, and a lot of those players in China could not get out of their contracts. So he stayed in China for most of the season before re-signing with Denver late in the year.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Iguodala comes in for Gallinari. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Ty Lawson. And the Hornets miss again.
Well, I tell you what, guys, his struggles from the field have definitely taken their toll on the team today.
And you think of those players who went to China. A lot of them Nuggets at the time, of course. Chandler, J.R. Smith, Clark, Kenyon Martin was there.
Yeah, and I think the depth of the Nuggets really saved them. I mean, to see 3 rotation players in China in a slew of injuries, but I think Chandler was really their most prized player in that group. They're happy they got him back.
Here's Miller after Eric Gordon's bucket. And the jam with Iguodala.
Call it hang time and bang time.
Unbelievable.
You gotta just shake your head on that one. Not sure why he's insisting on shooting from out there. It's just not working for him right now. You know, guys, I thought one of the most interesting trades that occurred last year was Denver sending Nene to Washington for JaVale McGee, because the Nuggets had just signed Nene to a big deal in free agency over the summer. So a little bit of a change of heart there.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Well, the defense wasn't bad, but I think they've got to tighten up on it.
And the foul called on Andre Miller. That's his first foul.
Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
Anthony Randolph, he's checked in for Mozgov.
Yeah, he spent a little extra time on the rim there. It looked like he wanted to do a pull-up.
It looked like it checking his landing. I think Clark Mann, pretty big statement, too.
Yeah, or so he'd have the refs believe.
And the pass to Rivers. Davis down low. Chandler on him. And Davis can't get it to go. The Nuggets leading by 11. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Guys, a new-look team in Denver. Less star power to be certain, but they've had success. Coach Carl said they're following the mold of the Spurs, saying of this Nuggets team, it's void of high-maintenance egos and attitudes. He said, when we decided to